This video instruction is for ratio and proportion quiz number 2. A proportion states that two ratios or two rates are equal. Thus, they are proportions. A proportion has four terms. In the proportion 2/5 equals 4/10, the first term is 2, the second term is 5, the third term is 4, and the fourth term is 10. The first and fourth terms of a proportion are called the extremes, and the second and third terms are called the means of the proportion. This is more easily seen when the proportion A over B is equal to C over D is written in this form here. So given a proportion 2 over 3 is equal to 4 over 6, and obviously we know that's true, but to prove that, you write the terms, you find the means, you find the extremes, you find the product of the means, which in this case is 3 times 4 is equal to 12, and the product of the extremes, 2 times 6 is equal to 12. That proves that this given proportion 2/3 is equal to 4/6. I'm going to run through the rest of these examples fairly quick. You can always pause the video if you need to. Here is example number 2. 5 over 13 is equal to 10 over 26. Obviously, we know that's true because basically you just doubled this fraction. But when you do the math by finding the product of the means and the product of the extremes, you'll see that that is true. 13 times 10 is equal to the same value as 5 times 26. In example number 3, it's showing two ratios that are not equal, and you can prove that by taking the means times the extreme, or excuse me, the means, the product of the means compared to the products of the extreme. When you look at this, the extremes are 13 and 84. The means are 36 and 29. When you take the product of the means is 1044. The product of the extremes, 1092. Therefore, they are not equal. Example number 4. Here we're going to find for a missing value, and x and 12 would be the extremes, 3 and 8 would be the means. So we know that the means 3 and 8 equals 24. The extremes x and 12 is equal to 12x. 24 is equal to 12x. If we divide both sides by 12, we'll find that this crosses out, and we are finding just for x, 24 over 12 is equal to 2, and that is the result, that x is equal to 2. Example number 5, again we have a missing term. Our extremes are 5 and 3, our means x and 10. So we can say that we have 10x is equal to 15. If we divide both sides by 10, this crosses out. X is equal to 15 over 10, reduces down to 3 over 2, or you could say 1.5. Using your calculator, here is example 6. The extremes are 32.3, 25.1. The means x and 17.9. If we do the multiplication of the extremes, 32.3, 25.1, and divide that by 17.9, the result is 45.292, and it says to round to 3 significant digits, which is going to be 45.3. Here is example number 7, finding the cost of bolts. Take a look at how that was done. Here is an example number 8 on the pitch of a roof, how to find the value of the run. Example number 9 and 10, and here you're finding percentage in example 10, so we're using the value of 100 here. When you do the math of the means and extremes, the result is going to be x. And since you added the 100 or used the 100 here, this is going to be directly in percentage, 2.8%. Examples 11 and 12. And here is the first question that we're going to do that is on the actual question on the quiz is question number 11. I warn you that the answers are not always in the same order, but you will find the answer $106.20. But here it's asking if welding rods are $59 for 50 pounds, how much would 90 pounds cost? Here is the equation that we need to use. 59 over 50 is equal to x over 90. We take the extremes, we take the means. 50x is equal to 59 times 90. 50x is equal to 5,310, or 5,310. And that means that if we divide 5,310 by 50, we'll end up with 106.2, which is $106.20. The next one on the quiz that I want to do is question 16. We're solving for this missing value here of x. So we've got the extremes is 14 to 2x, and the means is 30 to 70. 30 to 70 is equal to 14 times 2x. 2100 is equal to 28x. 2100 divided by 28 is equal to x. X equals 75, and there's the answer there. On question number 20, it's a little bit difficult to set up, but as you read the statement, the ratio of secondary turns to primary turns in a transformer is 37 to 4. How many secondary turns are there if the primary coil has 48 turns? We'll write this exactly the way it's spelled out in the statement there, the question. 37 to 4 is equal to x. We don't know how many secondary turns is what we need to find, and primary turns of 48. So our extremes, 37, 48, is equal to our means for x. 1776 is equal to 4x. 1776 divided by 4 equals x. X equals 444. You've got 17 other questions in quiz number 2 to complete.